Dwen Dwen, one of the Winter Olympics mascots, right here with us. Such an adorable image. And believe it or not, today we're so happy to have the chief designer of Dwen Dwen with us, Mr. Cao Xue. Welcome aboard. I understand the idea came from the traditional sugar-coated horse on a stick. We call it in Chinese 冰糖葫芦 in that sense. I mean, tell us about this process. I have a couple of your draft papers right here. They're so adorable and now come to this point. What was the whole thing going on?
那么在创作过程中，说实话，我们14个人创作了大概至少有5-60件稿一个方案，因为我们剩下
We have a group of 14 people. With only 21 days before the deadline, we had a total of 50 or 60 proposals, and in the end, we selected 15 of them to send to Beijing, including the one you mentioned. As you said, the advantages of a panda are self-evident. People all over the world know what a panda is. If you use an unfamiliar element, you still need to explain what it is. And in the process of explanation, you are not sure whether others can recognize it. Therefore, it must be right to choose a panda. But at the same time, we face greater pressure, because there have been many panda images that have been designed in China and the world. So we printed out hundreds of panda images that we could collect. And in order to observe them better, we pasted them on the walls of our studios in Beijing and Guangzhou. Finally, I was very pleased that Dwen Dwen was officially announced as the mascot of the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics.
然后才向全球宣布的。
So, how do you try to blending Olympic features and elements into this particular Dwen Dwen? And that probably also was a challenge.
其实在我们设计的过程中，也会收到各种各样的信息，主要是来自于
During the design process, we received a variety of information, mainly from the Beijing Winter Olympics Organizing Committee. They said that they hoped the image of the mascot for the Winter Games could be different from Fuwa in the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics, because the times are different. People's aesthetics, including the development of technology and changes in materials, are also advancing with the times. So this factor must be taken into consideration. We thought more about the sense of the future and the sense of technology. Everyone knows that Dwen Dwen eventually became an astronaut and flew to the moon and Mars.
真的成了一个小小的宇航员，既飞上了月球，又飞上了火星。
Did you personally get some comments from your friends overseas as well?
他们首先喜欢熊猫，这是肯定的。然后他们也说是见到了没见过的。
At first, all my friends really do like pandas, and they also said the image was quite new. On the other hand, we were nervous whether IOC President Thomas Bach would like Dwen Dwen or not. But luckily, during the official mascot launch ceremony at the Beijing Shougang Ice Hockey Arena, Bach showed his affection for our design. With a big smile on his face, he was eager to share his feeling with the rest of the world. He said that he was sure Dwen Dwen would be the ambassador of the Winter Games, happiness and luck.
那个冬奥大使，一个幸运大使，一个欢乐大使。
So, what would you share with your next generation, your kids, and perhaps your kids' kids down the line? You must be so proud of this kind of achievement, and including your team members.
因为当时就说要求9岁左右的孩子一定要喜欢。
The mascot image needs to be attractive to kids about 9 years old, but our group members are all adults. At the end of the designing process, the team was in a dilemma as we had to finalize one from 3 candidate images. It was not an easy decision because the visual designing work is always abstract, and we can only lean on our instincts to tell the differences. By coincidence, my little son was 9 years old at that time, so we invited him to give us some suggestions. At his first glance, he chose Dwen Dwen, which is the ultimate mascot image. In general, designing is a kind of one-off labor, which needs people's creativity. If we have another chance to design something for our country, we definitely will not use the same techniques at this time. So the thing that we want to tell our kids as there's no past tense but only future tense for designing. And I hope our next generation of designers will create a better future for China.
设计师，能通过他们的手，去为中国创造更美好的未来。
What kind of best wishes would you like to send to the 2022 Winter Olympics?
我当然希望它是前所未有的成功，哪怕它在现在特殊时期，在疫情之下。
With no doubt, I hope the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics will be an unprecedented success, despite the pandemic. I want to tell the audience overseas that we are lucky to live in this era with 5G technology and advanced internet, where the barrier of distance is no longer the problem. Therefore, the Olympic spirit and Chinese traditional culture will be heard by more people from all over the world. I'm looking forward to participating in this feast of sport, and I wish Beijing 2022 complete success.
成功。
And you ought to be proud of your masterpiece. Once again, congratulations to you and your teams, really.
Thank you very much.
曹雪。
好。